Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt have made appearances on the red carpet premiere of I Know What You Did Last Summer's requel. I just learned this word today. It was added to my lexicon from Brett. So it's the requel of the original, and people saw that Jennifer Love Hewitt has gained some weight over the years. It's been what, 2 decades, 3?
I Know What You Did Last Summer was 1997, so almost 3 decades.
We're talking almost 3 decades, and people are deeply offended that Jennifer Love Hewitt doesn't have the same physique that she had in the late 90s.
I mean, it's not just, like, here's the thing, though. She's one of those perfect examples of somebody who, like, their agent deserves, like, the all-time agent award. She's always working. Mm-hmm. Like, she did show after show after show after show afterwards. So she's been part of the consciousness of Hollywood for a very long time.
So it would be one thing if, like, no one had seen her in anything for years. Correct. And then suddenly she shows up again and she looks very different, but she's been in the public eye this entire time. But you have the video from The Hollywood Reporter showing her on the red carpet here. Honestly, she's, like, it's not like we're talking about Lizzo. Like, yeah, she's overweight, but, like, not shockingly so. And then someone replied to this tweet with a photo of her from the 90s.
Can I be honest?
Do you have that before picture?
The photo from, hold on here. We were just looking at it here. There it is.
And they said, I can't believe this is the same person. You can't believe that someone gained weight over the course of 3 decades.
Okay, so they said
you can't
the same
believe
thing.
it.
They said the same thing about Tom Welling when he was starting to show back up in stuff in, like, 2017, because he was Superman in Smallville. And they're like, he's like a middle-aged dad now. Of course that's what he looks like.
Yeah, yeah. And she also, like, carries it well, and she's well-dressed and looks her best. She's just approaching 50 now, and you're not going to look the same as you did in your 20s.
If I'm being honest, the bigger critique would be it looks like she's had some fillers and stuff. And one of the things that I thought to be the most impressive about her, and I remember seeing somebody mention this in a review for a television show she was in, is that she had the ability to have every smile reach her eyes. Mm-hmm. She had a very endearing smile. She had a very engaging face. And it seems like she may have had some fillers that have kind of frozen her face and hurt her most, beneficial aspect, which I think is her ability to act with her eyes.
I'm looking, I just sent you another tweet that shows her face closer up, and I'm looking at the smile here. It looks like she doesn't really have, like, overdone work.
It's just like when
I see that she has lip filler.
Yeah.
But it's not overwhelming.
And all of this is par for the course in Hollywood. And let's face it, most of the dudes on X who are making fun of her wouldn't say no for a second if for some reason she said yes to you.
Well, that's where George Santos came in with just yammed on the whole conversation. She's 46 with 3 kids. I know a couple people under 30 that wish they looked like her.
True.
Yeah. Don't hate on my teen crush. That's what he said. Isn't he, a little light in loafers? I don't really understand that one.
An X account that goes by the name Simp Shamer said she didn't get thick in the right spots, unfortunately. If you like fat chicks, cool. More healthy women for me.
And then Shamer with this, like, tape measure. He's like, whoa, hang on.
Brett, you pointed out that then Sarah Michelle Gellar showed up on the red carpet.
This is where things get
the same BMI that she had all those years ago.
So here is Sarah Michelle Gellar in 1997 with her, I guess, then boyfriend, Freddie Prinze Jr. Here she is in 2025 looking pretty much the same with her now husband of 20 years, Freddie Prinze Jr. A rare story in Hollywood. They met on the set of I Know What You Did Last Summer. They got married in 2001, and they're still married to this day, as far as I know.
I like whatever is wrong with them.
Yeah.
And here were some of the responses.
And she's having her own career renaissance. She showed up in the new Dexter.
And there's the cameo she gets in the Buffy reboot, right?
Yep.
And then here were some of the responses from the women defending Jennifer Love Hewitt. All of these comments from men is part of the reason why women would still choose the bear. Another one said, when I see lines like the male loneliness epidemic and start feeling sorry for men, I just wander into the comment section of a post like this and instantly stop feeling sorry for them.
Well, this is why you're not supposed to love, hate, or feel anything towards a group of people. It should be about individuals.
Right.
You shouldn't care about all men in the male loneliness epidemic. You should care about your friends or your loved ones who might be suffering.
Family members.
Yes, or your family members. That's where it comes from. The internet has made us completely devoid of empathy for whole groups of people without understanding that it's never supposed to be about a large group of people. You're supposed to care about individuals.
And simp shamer on X is representing the feelings of all men on the planet to you. Like that's a you problem. You need to change your perspective. Another one said, all I see in the comments are angry men I would imagine are single. Every time I feel sorry about the current dating scene for men, I log onto the internet. Jennifer Love Hewitt is married since 2013 with 3 kids. Most of you can't say that and never will. Yeah. Another one said,
she stays winning.
She's a married mother of 3 on the downward slide to 50. Time comes for all of you. Her good looks got her fame, fortune, a loving husband, children, and a retirement plan. What have yours gotten you?
It is also good for all of us in these positions, like, especially if we're going to be calling this stuff into question. Like, and I've made my fair share of jokes on this show about usually it's in regard to some topic where somebody's being snarky and you feel like it's warranted to be snarky back. Or it's Lizzo. But, like, I don't get to look in the mirror and then make fun of fat people.
Okay,
unless it's Lizzo.
There are 2 types of, celebrities getting picked apart for their looks. So there's, for example, a situation like Erin Moriarty, who was, first cast on The Boys with her natural face, and then showed up one day looking like she had 1,500 syringes. And also a nose job and lots of invasive work. And then she denied it, but she also went on this massive rant against all of the people commenting on how different she looked, saying they were being cruel and bullying her and they don't deserve to have a platform. And she was like quitting social media in this very dramatic exit. I think that's unwarranted as a response. And when you dramatically change your appearance through artificial means, people are going to notice and they're going to comment on it. And frankly, she did look better before all of the interventions that she took. Then there's the other side of things, which is people, nitpicking how Pierce Brosnan's wife has gained weight over the years, despite the fact that they're still happily married and he seems to be totally obsessed with her. That's what I would consider an unwarranted response from the internet that doesn't really need to take place.
Like there's in a world full of like really, really depressing stuff, here's some wholesome content and people are like, no, you can't have it.
No, like I'm going to twist this into something that's like, this is why men shouldn't get married because like, okay, well, I think Pierce Brosnan is very happy with his wife and they seem to be, 2 peas in a pod. But you seem to think that there's like an irony in the commentary taking place around Jennifer Love Hewitt currently and the comments that she's made in the past about being objectified in Hollywood.
Yeah, look.
This was from an interview in 2021 where she was asked about the rampant leering in the media on her body all the time.
She made her a lot of money.
She shared that she watched the Britney Spears documentary, Framing Britney Spears, and related to a part of the doc where they discuss how Spears' breasts were a focus in the media, and she noticed a familiarity. At the time that I was going through it and interviewers were asking what now would be incredibly inappropriate, gross things, it didn't feel that way. I was barely in any clothing the whole movie. For some reason in my brain, I was able to go, okay, well, I guess they wouldn't be asking if it was inappropriate. And now, as a 42-year-old woman with a daughter, I definitely look back on it and go, ew. And she says she was disappointed that much of her press for Heartbreakers was all about body stuff because I'd worked really hard on that movie to do a good job as an actress. She was then saying she was dubbed a sex symbol as a younger actress, and even before she was 18 experiencing this behavior, she got used to inappropriate questions and started to prepare herself like, I'm doing an interview today, so I'm pretty sure at least 20 of the 40 minutes is going to be about my body, so we'll just get that out of the way and maybe they'll ask me something else.
Well, here's the thing. This is a double-edged sword for you because your physical appearance in an industry that requires you to be front-facing and where image matters is going to make you a lot of money in your career and is what sells you. Now, you can choose to ignore that, and certainly that seems to be like a radical feminist take to do today, which is to completely ignore your appearance so that you can ward off the sexism and the misogyny. But if you want to cash the paychecks and you want the notoriety that comes from an industry that requires this of you, it's never going to sit well with people who watched you make the money, gain the fame, gain the following, cash the check, and then critique it later. Even if there's valid critiques there, they're going to be like, you cashed out. Now you're pulling the ladder up behind you for the Madeline Kleins of the world.
Madeline Kleins.
That's the first name. Yeah. She's in the movie. That's the first thing I thought of. And I'm an ardent lover of Jennifer Love Hewitt's work. Whether it's this, whether it's she was in a show called The Client List, The Ghost Whisperer. She did Criminal Minds for a season. She's been around for decades. She was a big part of like the millennial childhood experience. Given I Know What You Did Last Summer and all of this stuff. It seems very Monday morning quarterback to go back and then give your social critique on something that made you so much money.
Well, also, like, I don't know what interviews she's talking about, but half of a 40-minute interview spent talking about your body just sounds like an over-exaggeration to me. Like, really? They were asking you about your boobs for 20 minutes? I don't know. It sounds like just the way that you feel about it retroactively.
Then don't take those roles. Take some art house French film that was made for $3 in a pack of bubble gum, and you can be as artistic as you want.
Well, in that one, they're going to just expect you to be naked. And the French art house film, you're going to be naked.
Don't make the French version. Make the American remake. That'll be more prudish. But the point is, make the art house films you want to make. And don't make the money, and then don't get the interviews, but the few you do with frickin' World of Real can be about, you know, whatever Meisner technique you use to make the movie.
Damn.
And then when the 6 people that read it, you can go on about your day. Until then, miss me with that nonsense.
Shade against World of Real right now.
I love World of Real. That was rude of me. I couldn't. I'm sure there's an even more like art house magazine that you can.
I think that what this proves, beyond accusations of misogyny or sexism or objectification, is just that when people first are introduced to you on screen, that is how you'll be cemented in their memory. And obviously, as you said, it carries a lot of nostalgia for people. They're very attached to this image of you, who you used to be. And when they see you in present day, it's going to be jarring. I don't think that they should necessarily comment degrading things about her, but
they should not.
It's very predictable. This happens over and over again. We see the pattern. And yeah, I don't know if you can really blame that on some sort of systemic patriarchal issue.
It's like, look at her IMDb. Like, she stays working. I forgot 911, 114 episodes, never seen a single one, but she stays, like, her agent is top notch.
You know, there are male actors who also are trashed for this showing signs of aging. Leonardo DiCaprio gets trashed for aging all the time because, I mean, he didn't age well, and that's just the truth.
I literally just tweeted last night because I started trying to watch Dexter Resurrection. By the way, no captions on it on Paramount, so I was completely lost. No clue what they were saying. And I was like, damn, Michael C. Hall is aging exactly like Timothy Olyphant. And he's not young. He's like 50-something. But I'm still like, my images of him is when Dexter came out in 2006. So he'd have been 35, 36 at that time. Mm-hmm. You know, you just get the idea of thinking about them. I mean, I think he had thyroid cancer at one point, but I still was like, wow, his face aged exactly like Timothy Olyphant's face aged. Mm. Now, some actors age really, really well. Men are given more leeway because even line faces for men will be seen as rugged rather than necessarily bad, unless it looks sickly.
Yeah. But I'm saying that I just see as much commentary about actors who age badly as I see about actresses who age badly. And usually when it's about actresses, it's talking about insane plastic surgery and cosmetic procedures that they don't have to do. That's a choice that people are criticizing, not something that was totally out of your hands.
And the argument for the men is like men will age into roles that will make them more money, and women age out of the roles that will make them more money. At least it used to be that way when they would make the video, when they would have the commentary about how a woman's career was over by 25, and then they get mad. They're like, all that's left for me to play is the mom in something. They're like, well, it's still a role, but men, they age into playing lawyers and presidents and executives and all the other things Hollywood likes to make people evil for doing. They age into the roles that make them money, whereas when they're younger, they don't really fit that, and they look at if you ever saw the show Everwood, 17-year-old Chris Pratt is horrifying to look at.
Wait, let me find this. Can you pull up a picture?
Young Chris Pratt is horrible to look at.
Everwood, you said?
It was called
I've
Everwood.
never seen that before. Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's mostly the haircut. The haircut is awful.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.